or below. The boundaries for the hypothalamus are the optic chiasm. So the optic chiasm up to the mammillary bodies, so that's from anterior to posterior, they are all part of the hypothalamus. Okay? So other parts are the tuber cinereum and infundibulum. Now, the tuber cinereum or the mid part is the portion of the hypothalamic floor between the optic chiasm and the mammillary bodies. So the infundibulum extends from the tuber cinereum to the pars nervosa or the posterior hypophysis or the posterior pituitary gland. And the term infundibulum is used when referring to the median eminence of the infundibular stalk. Now, the lateral boundary of the hypothalamus is the internal capsule. The anterior border would be the anterior commissure. Of course, the posterior would be the mammillary body. And the inferior would be the floor of the third ventricle, while the superior boundary would be the interventricular foramen. Now, the hypothalamus is divided into a medial zone and into a lateral zone so that we can pinpoint or we can localize the nucleus. Though it is such a small area, we need to localize the area. Kaya it is divided into a medial and a lateral zone. This is when you pass an imaginary plane, a sagittal plane, through the fornix and the mammillothalamic tract, which divides the hypothalamus into a medial and lateral areas. Now, the medial zone includes your preoptic nucleus, the anterior nucleus, the suprachiasmatic, the paraventricular nucleus, the dorsomedial, the ventromedial, and the infundibular or the arcuate, and the posterior. So those are the nucleus in the medial zone, while the nucleus in the lateral zone are the preoptic as well, the suprachiasmatic, the supraoptic, the lateral, the tuberomammillary, and the lateral tuberal. So the boundary is the boundary is a parasagittal plane through the fornix. So the fornix are groups of fibers. The supraoptic nucleus acts as an osmoreceptor. Should the osmotic pressure of the blood circulating through the nucleus be too high, the nerve cells increase their production of vasopressin. So the supraoptic nucleus produces the vasopressin or the antidiuretic hormone, which affects to increase the reabsorption of water from the kidney. By this, the osmotic pressure of the blood will return to normal limits. So the supraoptic nucleus produces the hormone vasopressin, and then it is transferred to the posterior pituitary gland where they are stored. Okay? It is not the posterior pituitary gland that produces the vasopressin or the ADH hormone. It is the hypothalamus, particularly in the lateral zone, the supraoptic nucleus. Okay, remember that. Now, these are the afferent connections of the hypothalamus. You have there the medial forebrain bundle, which has afferent and efferent connections. So these connections connect the hypothalamus with the other parts to communicate and send signals to other parts of the brain for motor, and for memory and other functions. So, the medial forebrain bundle connects the hypothalamus with the brainstem and spinal cord, and this MFB arises from several rhinencephalic regions, including the septal area, the septal nuclei, the lateral olfactory gyrus, and the periamygdaloid cortex. It passes, these fibers passes caudally through the lateral hypothalamic area and descends into the midbrain tegmentum and terminates in the superior central nucleus of the reticular formation and in the dorsal and ventral tegmental nuclear complex, which then all these fibers project ascending fibers through the tract rostrally to the septal region. So I am talking mostly this one of the olfactory. Kasi it has connection to the septal area. Okay? And so the olfactory, when you smell something, it sends signals to the amygdaloid complex, and it can elicit memory, or sometimes it goes to the reticular formation and it can elicit, if it's really bad smelling, it can elicit or foul smelling. It can make you retch or become nauseous. So that is the connection, the afferent connection, with efferent connection of the medial forebrain bundle. So that is how the hypothalamus acts and is related to the reactions of the body. Okay? Another afferent connection would be the hippocampal-hypothalamic fibers. So the hippocampal-hypothalamic fibers are part of the fornix system. Remember, I mentioned the fornix system earlier. The fornix is that fiber that separates the medial from the lateral zone of the hypothalamus. So again, I am mentioning the fornix. So they are part of the hippocampal-hypothalamic fibers. These are the well-defined projections of the hippocampal formation and dentate gyrus to the diencephalon or the midbrain and related structures. So many fibers of the hippocampal-hypothalamic of the fornix terminate in the mammillary bodies. So the mammillary bodies are the posterior part of the hypothalamus. So this tract also includes axons going to the hippocampal formation. The hippocampal formation is part of the limbic system. So these fibers, axons going to the hippocampal formation from the hypothalamus and the septal area. Another afferent connection would be the amygdalo-hypothalamic fibers. So these are connections from the amygdala going to the hypothalamus. So the amygdala or amygdaloid complex is part of the limbic system, and they have connections with the hypothalamus. So these amygdalo-hypothalamic fibers are arranged in two bundles. The stria terminalis from the dorsomedial division of the amygdala enters the hypothalamus anteriorly and is distributed to the preoptic region, the anterior hypothalamic nucleus, the supraoptic nucleus, and the septal region. So I have mentioned the nucleus, which are part of the lateral zone of the hypothalamus. Okay? So I have mentioned all these nucleus earlier. Now, there is another afferent connection, the thalamo-hypothalamic fibers. So the thalamo-hypothalamic fibers, from the name, the origin is from the hypothalamus, and it sends fibers to the The origin is from the dorsomedial and medial nuclei of the thalamus. So from the thalamus, send fibers to the hypothalamic nuclei. So the thalamo-hypothalamic fibers are reciprocal connection, meaning they are afferent and efferent connections from the thalamic nuclei to the hypothalamus, mostly in the anterior nuclei of the thalamus. So the midline thalamic nuclei project to the lateral hypothalamus, the dorsomedial nucleus of the, again, thalamus project to the posterior and lateral hypothalamic nuclei, and the anterior thalamic nucleus to the mammillary nuclei. Okay? So again, the thalamo-hypothalamic fibers are reciprocal, meaning they are afferent and efferent connections from the thalamic nuclei to the hypothalamus. So that is from the thalamus to the hypothalamus. So let me enumerate. The midline thalamic nuclei project to the lateral hypothalamus. The dorsomedial dorsomedial nucleus of the thalamus to the posterior and lateral hypothalamic nuclei, and the anterior thalamic nucleus to the mammillary nucleus, which is found in the posterior part of the hypothalamus. Okay? Are you still with me? I hope that coffee is kicking in. Okay. So next, the mammillary peduncle. These are again afferent connections as well as efferent connections of the hypothalamus. So the mammillary peduncle are complex fiber system from the midbrain tegmentum to the hypothalamus. They are composed of two groups of fibers, the lemniscal spinothalamic system, which are fibers from the main ascending sensory tract, and then the other one is the complex of the dorsal and ventral tegmental nuclei, situated in the central brain of the midbrain and receives fibers from the hypothalamus, the lower autonomic centers in the medulla and the pons, and from the interpeduncular nucleus. So fibers of the mammillary peduncle and mainly in the lateral mammillary nucleus, but a few to more rostral levels of the hypothalamus and beyond to the septal region, which is the rhinencephalic area, in the medial forebrain bundle. Okay, so understood, nakaka-relate. Can you imagine this description that I'm telling you? Okay, I hope so. Now, these are the efferent connections. So, efferent connections are fibers from the hypothalamus, which send signals to the other parts of the brain, such as the craniosacral, the thalamus, the midbrain, and the limbic system. So these efferent connections are important because they represent neuronal pathways by which the hypothalamus carries out its function. So again, diba, I said earlier, the medial forebrain bundle, which are reciprocal connection, they have afferent and efferent. The fornix, the stria terminalis, and the ventral amygdalofrontal fibers. The fasciculus mammillary princeps divides into a mammillothalamic and mammilotegmental tract, and the mammillothalamic projects to the anterior thalamic nucleus. Particularly, the anterior thalamic nucleus has reciprocal connections with the cortex, the cingulate gyrus, and these represent part of a two-way relationship between the hypothalamus and the limbic lobe. So you will note later that the mammillary bodies are part of the limbic system as well. So aside from being a part of the hypothalamus, the mammillary body is also a part of the limbic system. So the dorsal longitudinal fasciculus, these are small tracts connecting the hypothalamus with the brainstem reticular formation and indirectly with the cranial nerve nuclei. Extensions of these fibers from the fasciculus carries axons to the spinal cord where they influence autonomic preganglionic nucleus. So this is how the hypothalamus can control the ANS and the peripheral nervous system, or the PNS. Okay, now these fibers or this connection is the one, or they are the one that can explain the Papez circuit. So the Papez circuit is there are fibers from the parahippocampal gyrus, send signal to the hippocampus, and then the well-formed fornix group of fibers send signal to the mammillary bodies. And then from the mammillary bodies, they project fibers to the anterior thalamic nuclei. And from the anterior thalamic nuclei, they would send fibers into the cingulate gyrus. And then from the cingulate gyrus, they would send back fibers to the parahippocampal gyrus, which ties together the cerebral cortex and the hypothalamus. So convergence of cognitive activities, emotional experience, and expression is what Papez circuit justifies. Okay, so when you understand this, you will understand the interconnection of feelings and memory with the hypothalamus. Okay, we now go to the endocrine function of the hypothalamus because of the hypophyseal tract and the hypothalamo-hypophyseal cortical system. So these two pathways are the one that explain how the hypothalamus can influence endocrine function of the body. So these two pathways, the nerve fibers that travel from the supraoptic and the paraventricular nuclei of the hypothalamus, which I mentioned earlier, they send fibers to the posterior lobe of the hypophysis or the posterior pituitary gland. Now, the long and short portal blood vessels that connect sinusoids in the median eminence and infundibulum with the capillary plexus in the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland. So those are the two pathways where the hormones are delivered. So from the hypothalamus, the paraventricular and the supraoptic nuclei produces the vasopressin and the oxytocin, and then they send it to be stored in the posterior pituitary gland, while the anterior pituitary gland, they have the long and short portal blood vessels that connects sinusoids in the median eminence, in infundibulum, with the capillary plexus in the anterior pituitary gland. Okay. So this is how the hypothalamus influences the activities of the endocrine gland. So these two for these two pathways. So the endocrine control, these are the hormones in the anterior pituitary gland. These are the third column would be their function. So that's situated in the middle zone. Are the one responsible for the production of the releasing hormone and release inhibiting hormones. So these neurosecretory cell and these system, and they are carried to the anterior pituitary gland. So doon sa hypothalamus, anterior pituitary. Okay. I'm still here. Can you follow me?
Yes po, Doc.
Okay. Kasi sabi ni Dr. Uy, nagahang daw ako. Can you turn off your notice first naman?
Good afternoon, everyone. Apologies for the technical issues. Dr. Bayawa is currently trying to reconnect. Kindly hold on, no? Okay. In the meantime, I can just give the announcements first while waiting for Dr. Bayawa to come back, no? For those in section C tomorrow, kindly note that the JMC one will not be available for you to stay in, no? There will be a comprehensive exam by the clerks, so they will be using that room, no? So, for those who are not assigned to go in yet for the laboratory tomorrow for section C, you may kindly stay in the library or elsewhere in the vicinity of UERM, okay? To wait for your turn at the laboratory. Okay, I hope that's clear for section C. And then since we just finished our SQ11, the summative quiz 11 will be scores as well as the questions will be available after 5 o'clock this afternoon. No? So it will be after your last lecture in the other subject. No, so after 5 p.m. Now we will release the scores as well as the questions. Okay.
Doc Zeb, remind ko
Yes.
students, for next week's lecture, there will be a plenary lecture on neuroanatomy exam and localization. So please attend that. We will have a guest lecturer who is a neurologist. So the topic is neuroanatomical examination and localization. So please attend that lecture because it will be part of there will be questions from that lecture in the 6th long exam. Yun yung last exam natin, 'di ba? Okay. And please attend that kasi baka hindi kayo mag-attend. It will be included in the exam.
Also, kindly listen to the lecture as it will help you also during the neuroanatomy long quiz. No?
Yeah, there will be a neuroanatomy long quiz and we will make the announcement as with regards to the to how it will be given for this year. Siguro within the week or early next week. And please again nangungulit ang MEU na sabi nila wala raw sa anatomy. Nag-evaluate. So please I think na-send naman na yung links for both evaluation of the lecturer as well as the lab facilitators or preceptors. Please evaluate your teachers in the subject or in the lectures that they have given. Wala pa rin si Dr. Bayawa.
Okay, for those asking regarding the neuroanatomy long quiz, there will be a case, no? We will make an
The
official
mechanics,
announcement.
Deb, not yet, ha? We haven't
The actual,
finalized the mechanics, but it will
yeah.
be case-based.
Yeah, so kindly wait for our official announcement regarding the mechanics. Okay, so the latest will be probably by next week, no, early next week. Okay, for the evaluation, kindly evaluate both your gross and histology laboratory. Gross and histology laboratory preceptors. Okay. So again, for those asking regarding the conduct of the neuroanatomy long quiz, we will announce the mechanics, no, by next week. Okay, early next week. Okay, we're still trying to work with Dr. Bayawa. Hopefully she'll be able to reconnect soon, no? So kindly wait. Thank you.
Dr. Uy, wala pa bang advice si Dr. Bayawa? Hindi pa siya nakakabalik.
Uh, unfortunate, unfortunately, she's
I'm
still
here
trying
na.
to
Ayan,
reconnect.
ayan,
Okay.
okay.
I'm here na. Ah.
Saan nanggagaling yung music? Saan nanggagaling yung music?
in the sand, walking with you on this island, guided by the grip of your hand. I can feel you holding my world. Ano ba itong nadarama? Oh shucks, ito ba'y pag-ibig na? Totoo ba ang pinagama? 'Cause boy, it feels so good. Mawala na masaya, magmula na nakita ka. Mawala ng pangamba, pag-iikapin na. Feels like someone I'm with you, parang islang tropiko. Can't wait to go back with you, sa islang tropiko. Sa islang tropiko. Sa islang tropiko. Mapipit na ang araw, nang ika'y muling nakausap. Hinahanap ka sa tabi, di na mawala sa isip. Nakita kang papalabi, puso ko'y biglang napakali. Ano nga bang sinabi? Kakapit pa ang kamay. Following your footprints in the sand, walking with you on the silent, guided by the grip of your hand. I can feel you holding my world. Ano ba itong nadarama? Oh shucks, ito ba'y pag-ibig na? Totoo ba ang pinagama? 'Cause boy, it feels so good. Mawala ng masaya, magmula nang nakita ka. Mawala ng pangamba, pag ika'y kapiling na. Feels like someone I'm with you, parang islang tropiko. Can't wait to go back with you, sa islang tropiko. Sa islang tropiko. Sa islang tropiko. Island sitting on the white sand, guess if I'm in love with you, 'cause with you, boy, I'm going crazy. You could be my baby, I could be a lady. Oh, oh, oh. Dinamot na ng kilig ang nabigay diyan, kasi para bang di na mapigilan. Kumakabog, umiito, gumugulo ang puso ko sa'yo. Following your footprints in the sand, walking with you on this island, guided by the grip of your hand. I can feel you holding my world. Ano ba itong nadarama? Oh shucks, ito ba'y pag-ibig na? Totoo ba ang pinagama? 'Cause boy, it feels so good. Mawala ng masaya, magmula nang nakita ka. Mawala ng pangamba, pag-ika'y kapiling na. Feels like someone I'm with you, parang islang tropiko. Can't wait to go back with you, sa islang tropiko. Tropiko, tropiko. Islang tropiko. Tropiko, tropiko. Islang tropiko.
Hi, we are Alpha! Thank you for watching our dance cover of Vinny's Pantropico.
Hi. Am I clear? I'm
Yes.
sorry about that technical difficulty.
Alex,
Uh,
kakanta ka raw ng Pantropiko later.
sorry.
Kakanta ka raw ng Pantropiko later.
Hindi ko alam yun. Ano yung pantropiko?
Hindi ko rin alam. Kanina may music eh. Pero, sige, go.
Naririnig ko nga
let's
yung
resume.
music.
Oo,
Every
let's
time
resume the
na,
lecture.
every time na mag-share ako, nagahang. So, I switched laptop. Okay.
Okay, so let's resume the lecture.
Sasayaw daw po si Beanie John. Okay. Sige, later. So,
Sige.
these are the functions of the hormones in the anterior pituitary. So, and the posterior pituitary. So, hypothalamic nucleus. So, they synthesize vasopressin. The paraventricular nucleus synthesizes oxytocin. So, these two are the important hormones of the hypothalamus. So, these are the hypothalamic nuclei, and on the right column are the hormones that they secrete. Okay, in the preoptic and anterior nuclei of the hypothalamus, it controls the parasympathetic system, and the posterior and lateral nuclei control the sympathetic system. And the anterior hypothalamic nuclei regulate temperature, while the posterior hypothalamic nuclei regulate temperature for cold response. So yung anterior heat, posterior cold response, the lateral initiate eating and increase food intake for the hunger. The medial inhibit eating and reduce food intake. So satiety center are found in the medial hypothalamic nuclei. So they tried this in animal by destroying the satiety center. So the animal had a hyper functioning lateral hyponuclei. So the animal kept on eating. So this is what happens if there are lesions in the medial hypothalamic nuclei. So the inhibition or the satiety centers are destroyed. Therefore, there is hyperfunctioning of the lateral hypothalamic nuclei. So lateral hypothalamic nuclei also is the thirst center. So there is also, aside from the food intake, there's also an increase in water intake for the lateral hypothalamic nucleus. While the suprachiasmatic nucleus controls the circadian rhythm. So this is the sleep-wake cycle of your body. So it is found in the suprachiasmatic nucleus, approximately anterior of the hypothalamus. Okay, so far, are there any clarifications for the hypothalamus before we go to the other topics, or before we go to the limbic system? So these are the controlling influence of the ANS and the PNS, which appears to integrate the autonomic and the neuroendocrine system, preserving body homeostasis. So electrical stimulation of the hypothalamus in animals for the anterior hypothalamic area and the preoptic area influences parasympathetic response. Those parasympathetic responses are the lowering of the blood pressure, slowing of the heart rate, contraction of the bladder, increased motility of the gastrointestinal tract, increased acidity of the gastric juice, salivation, and pupillary constriction. So yung ANS, ito naman yung sa may sympathetic response. So stimulation of the posterior and the lateral nuclei of the hypothalamus causes an increase in sympathetic response. So they are the sympathetic responses are the elevation of blood pressure, acceleration of the heart rate, cessation of peristalsis in the GIT, and pupillary dilatation and hyperglycemia. So for a moment there, my anterior and lateral nuclei, or my sympathetic responses were stimulated. For a moment, I had an elevation of my blood pressure because I cannot go back to this lecture. Okay. So, are there questions? None? Okay. Later after the synchronous lecture, you can list down your questions and you can ask me later. Okay, we now go to the limbic system. The limbic system are the behavior and emotional expressions of man. This is the visceral brain. And they are the feeding, fight, flight, mating, procreation, care of the offspring, memory, and the limbic meaning the limbus or boundary zone. The limbic system is the boundary zone between the telencephalon and the diencephalon. These are again the learning objectives for the limbic system, identifying the structures that comprise the limbic system, enumerating the sources of input and output of the limbic system, describing the major circuit of the limbic system, which is the Papez circuit, naming disorders, some disorders involve, and identifying the site of overlap between the limbic and the olfactory system. So these are the parts or components of the limbic system, anatomical components, included in the limbic system, the subcallosal, the cingulate, the parahippocampal gyri, the hippocampal formation, the amygdaloid nucleus, the mammillary body, which is also part of your hypothalamus, and the anterior thalamic nucleus. So there are connections between the thalamus, the mammillary, and the anterior thalamic nuclei. These are fibers. So in the medial surface of the cerebral hemisphere, you can find there the cingulate and the parahippocampal gyri, which encircle the upper brain stem. Paralimbic includes the parahippocampal gyrus, the cingulate, and the paraterminal gyri, the caudal orbitofrontal, the insular, and the temporal pole cortices. The allocortex or the limbic cortex comprises the hippocampal and the primary olfactory cortex, while the corticoid areas includes the amygdala, the septal area, and the substantia innominata. The hippocampal formation, which is part of the limbic system, includes the hippocampus, the dentate, and the parahippocampal gyrus. So yun yung mga components. Should I repeat it or is it clear? Okay. Silence means you're bored, you're asleep, or you understood it perfectly. So these are the connecting pathways of the limbic system. The alveus, which are axons of the large pyramidal cells of the hippocampus, which first spread over the surface of the lateral ventricle, the inferior horn, and converge to form the fimbria. So these anatomical connections demonstrate the complex pathway by which impulses from the hippocampal formation can be projected to the different parts of the neuroaxis. So these are afferent connections of the hippocampus. This is the hippocampus in the lower part of the midbrain, and the fibers arising from the cingulate gyrus pass to the hippocampus. So here, this is your cingulate. Can you see my arrow? Dr. Uy,
Yes,
can you
ma'am.
see my arrow? So
Yes,
there.
Doctor, we can see your
Yes,
arrow.
ma'am.
Okay, good. So this is the cingulate gyrus. They pass to the hippocampus. So this is the hippocampus, and fibers arising from the septal. This one is the septal nuclei lying within the midline close to the anterior commissure. So this part is the anterior commissure. Pass posterior to the fornix. This one is your fornix. Okay, to the hippocampus. So here. So fibers arising from one hippocampus pass across the midline to the opposite hippocampus, so to the other side of the brain. in the commissure of the fornix. So again, it passes in the formix, and fibers from the indicium gricium pass posteriorly in the longitudinal striae to the hippocampus, and fibers from the entorhinal area, this part, so this is the entorhinal area, or the olfactory association cortex, pass to the hippocampus. And the fibers from the dentate, which is part of the hippocampal formation, and the hippocampal gyri travel to the hippocampus. So, yung mga fibers na yan, they are connected to the central brain or the cingulate gyrus. So, this is the fornix. So, the fornix is a bundle of white fibers that connects the hypothalamus with the hippocampus. So, fibers pass posterior to the anterior commissure to enter the mammillary body. This is your mammillary body where they end in the medial nucleus. Again, fibers pass posterior to the anterior commissure to end in the anterior nuclei of the thalamus. There are some fibers pass posterior to the anterior commissure to enter the tegmentum of the midbrain, and some fiber pass anterior to the anterior commissure to end in the septal nuclei, the lateral preoptic area, the anterior part of the hypothalamus. And there are also fibers that join the stria medullaris, thalami to reach the habenular nuclei. So overlap of the limbic and hypothalamus is what you call the mammillothalamic tract. So the limbic and the hypothalamus overlap is the mammillothalamic tract. These are the tracts from the mammillary body and send signal and reciprocate fibers to the thalamus in the anterior nuclei of the thalamus. Okay. So here, the medial surface of the cerebral hemisphere where the cingulate and the parahippocampal gyri surrounds the rostral brain or the anterior brain, interhemispheric commissures. This is called the grand lobe limbic or the Broca's. Okay, the amygdala here, over here, resembles an almond shape. That's why it is named amygdala. It is situated partly anterior and partly superior to the tip of the inferior horn of the lateral ventricle. It is fused with the tail of the caudate nucleus. And the stria terminalis. So this one, so this is your amygdala. The fibers that arises from the or emerges from its posterior aspect is the fibers of the stria terminalis, where it sends fibers into the hypothalamus. Okay. Now, the amygdala over here is the amygdala's nuclei can be subdivided into 3 functional units. So, such a small almond or such a small amygdala is very important. Again, it is divided into 3 functional units so that we can localize the nucleus within the amygdala. So it has 3 functional units: the basolateral, the central, and the corticomedial divisions. Collectively, the lateral and the basolateral receive highly processed sensory information from the heteromodal sensory association area of the temporal lobe and connect reciprocally with the paralimbic cortex, especially the orbitofrontal cortex and the temporal pole. While the basolateral complex sensory information for use in visual and auditory recognition of objects and individuals. So it is in the basolateral area where vision and auditory stimulation connects to the central vein. So the basolateral uses glutamate and GABA as neurotransmitter. The basolateral area shows cortical characteristic, while the central part of the amygdaloid complex articulates with the brainstem and the hypothalamus. They receive sensory information from the body wall and the viscera, which modulates visceral and cardiovascular function. The central part of the amygdaloid coordinates emotional and autonomic responses, and the limbic circuitry that responds and regulates fear and stress. Excuse me. While the corticomedial receives input from the olfactory bulb and the primary olfactory cortex with reciprocal connections, and the efferent connections of the corticomedial are focused on the hypothalamus. So yung corticomedial focused on the hypothalamus receives input from the primary olfactory cortex. So these connections modulate and integrate pituitary function and social behavior, the corticomedial. While yung central articulates with the brainstem and the hypothalamus and receives sensory information from the viscera, and then this information are modulated. The cardiovascular function modulates the cardiovascular function. They coordinate emotional and autonomic responses. While the basolateral use visual and auditory recognition of objects and individuals. Okay, I hope the 3 functional units of the amygdala is clear to you. Again, they are the basolateral, the central, and the corticomedial divisions. So these are the projections of the amygdala to the central cortex and the hypothalamus. And these are the limbic loop through the basal ganglia. So these are the direct projections from the ventral striatum to the hypothalamus and amygdala. So the green arrow are excitatory connections and the red are inhibitory connections in the ventral pallidum and the ventral striatum. Are we clear on the limbic system? So on the limbic system, we discussed the parts, the Papez circuit, the fornix, and the connection, the amygdaloid connection with the central. Okay. So if the limbic system is clear, we now go to the olfactory or the rhinencephalon. These are the parts of the olfactory rhinencephalon. The anterior perforated substance, the subcallosal or the para-olfactory area, the anterior portions of the parahippocampal area, including the uncus, the hippocampal formation, which is beneath the parahippocampal gyrus, the pre-piriform cortex extending from the olfactory stria to the rostral amygdaloid region, and the amygdaloid complex or part of the amygdaloid complex. So the olfactory pathway over here from the primary sensory olfactory epithelium in the nasal cavity, they pass through the cribriform plate in the ethmoid, so going up to the brain, and they synapse on the secondary neuron in the olfactory bulb. They are the mitral and the tufted cells. Only the tufted cells synapse in the anterior olfactory nucleus and send projections to all the olfactory area. So, itong mga tufted cells lang. 'Di ba dalawang klaseng cell? The mitral and the tufted. Only the tufted cells synapse in the anterior olfactory nucleus and sends projection to all olfactory area. So ano ba function ng mitral cells? Bakit siya nandun? So the mitral cells send collateral to the anterior olfactory nucleus and project only to the lateral olfactory area. While the tufted cell send projections to all olfactory area. So here, the olfactory tract send collaterals to the anterior olfactory nucleus and project only to the lateral, again, the mitral cells only to the lateral olfactory area. So here, the olfactory tract send signals to the olfactory trigone, the olfactory stria, and then the olfactory area of the cerebral cortex, which is the peri-amygdaloid and pre-piriform areas, which is the primary olfactory cortex. This is called your Brodmann area 28 or the entorhinal area. We now go to the taste and the gustatory system. These are the learning objectives. The describing the receptor for taste, naming the cranial nerves that subserve taste sensation, and tracing the pathway for taste, and some clinical disorders involving taste sensation. So from here, this is the tongue. From the taste buds, they are the receptor cells. And anteriorly, you have cranial nerve 7 and particularly the chorda tympani. And posteriorly, you have 9 and 10. They pass to the nucleus of the solitary tract. This part is the nucleus of the solitary tract, and then they ascend going to the pontine taste area, and then bilaterally they also send signal to the contralateral side and synapse in the VPN or the ventroposteromedial nucleus of the thalamus. Then they send signal fibers to the gustatory cortex, which is Brodmann area 43 or the parietal or perculum. So fibers from the pontine taste area would also synapse at the lateral, here at the lateral hypothalamic area and the amygdaloid for emotional memory. So ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo earlier na pag natikman nyo yung coffee, sometimes it will elicit emotional memory. So because there are fibers from the taste, pontine taste area, this area, and synapse, they would synapse in the lateral hypothalamic area, thereby initiating emotional memory. Okay? So emotional memory, like let's say, when you taste this kind of coffee, it will bring back memory of you being in Starbucks or coffee shop with your special someone. Mga ganon. Or the taste of the bitter coffee can bring back bitter memories. Ayan. Okay, if there are you can now the floor is now open for your questions. These are my references, and I'd like to thank you for being patient with me with my technical difficulties. Yeah, this is Dr. Lansang, our mentor. She used to be part of anatomy department, and God rest her soul. This is now the newer generation of faculty on the right hand. Ayan. Siyempre, kasama pa rin yung mga old generation. Ayan, sina Doktora Santa Ana, Dr. Esguera. Yan. Yan yung mga old generation.
Saka ikaw,
doktor.
isali ka.
Uy, nakikinig ka. Tinitignan ko nga kung magre-react. Kasi sila, hindi na sila nagre-react. Okay. Questions? Bakit walang ano? Ayun, camera. Uy, happy retirement pa. Ginamit.
Retire.
Hindi, kasi ginamit ko yung Zoom nito. Nag-shift na ako ng ng laptop. Kasi mukhang naghahang yung laptop ko pag nag-share screen ako. Kaya ito yung sa anak ko.
Okay, are there any questions for Dr. Bayawa? Anyone? Na-mesmerize us.
Oo nga eh.
Tropiko. Kala ko nga kung ano music yun. Please.
Pinag-copy
si-
ko nga sila eh. We'll just repeat announcement. Okay.
Announce.
Ay, okay. May announcement yata si Dr. Uy, Dr. Zebedee Uy.
Zebedee.
Okay,
Habang
thank you,
nag-iisip pa
Dr.
sila ng questions, you can announce. And then after your announcement,
Nandyan pa
probably
ba sila?
naisip,
Can you open all your videos? Let's see if you're present.
probably they can they have questions na after
Open your
after
videos.
ng
Open
announcement.
natin ng pictures apps. Para proof that they're still here.
Ano to, no? Section A to C.
A to C. Yeah.
Mm.
Class, remember, this is the last two lectures from the department. And then for next week, we will have a guest lecturer. Si Dr. Yu, she's our former student.
And she's
Former
very
student.
good.
She's very good and she's now a neurologist. So maybe someday, a few years from now, one of
Kayo
you
na.
no, invited in the department to lecture, to be our guest lecturer.
Yay!
One of you may be a faculty of the Department of Anatomy. Maybe,
Yeah.
someday, diba? One of a few years from now. So, ayan. Nandyan pa ba?
So you will
15 pages to it.
you will remember this.
This lecture for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay. Sige. No questions? Kasi if you have, like, if you can, siguro maybe later on when you review for this lecture, when you read through your notes, you might remember a few questions, then you can post it in the discussion board if can't think of any right now. Baka yung question pa rin sa isip nila, si Dr. Uy, nagpapantropiko. Music mo ba talaga yun, Doc Zeb? So, anyway.
May nag-request po.
Pero music mo yun. Kala ko classical music ka lang eh. Okay. Kasi
Gospel. Gospel
Dr.
music
Bayawa
lang
brought
siya.
out the ano of Zeb. Ano ba yun? Ang tawag doon?
The millennial side.
The millennial ba yung kantang yun? So, sasayaw na after si Dr. Alex. Tomorrow, Dr. Alex will be present in the laboratory. So, mga section C, you ask her to dance the beanie. Beanie? Pantropiko? Ano ba yung pantropiko? Anyway.
Oh, sige, pag-aaralan ko yan mamaya. Habang nagbibigay ako ng orientation,
Bukas.
I will try to do that.
So, histo ka tomorrow. So, she will be
Yes.
your proctor in histo. Wala talaga kayong questions. Nakangiti lang kayo. I can see your faces.
At least nakangiti sila, di
At least
ba?
nakangiti, oo.
Oo, di ba?
Okay na
Kasi
yan.
after a 2 lecture, afternoon.
Mm-mm. So anyways, I think you have a class at 4, Ine-entertain lang namin kayo. Wala talagang questions. So yun, next week we'll have the quiz. Summative quiz 11 will be followed by the neurolong quiz, and then mechanics for the neurolong quiz will be given or announced either this week or early next week. So hopefully pampadagdag ng grade, hopefully yung neurolong quiz.
Yun na ba yung announcement ni Dr. Uy?
Oo. Parang in-announce ng anatomy department, sasayaw na after si Dr. Alex. It was announced, Dr. Alex. So,
Sige,
direct
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Pag-aaralan ko muna yan. Kasabay ng orientation niya.
Yeah. Wala na? Any questions? Uy, please naman evaluate the department. Pinapagalitan ako ng MEU head dahil wala raw walang nag-evaluate sa department namin. So, walang nag-evaluate sa inyo. Baka puro low scores. Pero we are trying our best to give the best education, best training for you in anatomy. So, please go to the link that was shared and evaluate even the previous lecturers and the facilitators that you encounter in the laboratory. Please evaluate all of us para merong mai-report ang MEU. Okay?
Okay, the JMC1 will be unavailable tomorrow morning because to give way to the comprehensive
There's a
exam.
comprehensive exam. Pagdating nyo ng clerkship, magko-compre rin kayo. Babalikan nyo pa rin si anatomy para kayong nag-finals all over again in anatomy.
Ang second year, meron din silang compre exam.
Second year and
Oo.
clerkship. So,
Second year and then fourth year, compre exam.
you retain most of what we taught you for this school year.
Actually, you have to review.
Yeah.
Review,
It's also,
review.
review for the board exam. It's like a simulation kasi. Yung compre exam is like a simulation of the board exam. So it's like preparing you for the board exam na rin, basically. Oh, okay na? Wala kayong question. Ayan, may chat. Ala, pinagsasayaw ka nila, Alex.
Sige, bukas
So make
makinig
sure na
sila.
pag nagsayaw si Dr. Alex, you will give her the highest rating in the evaluation. Hindi, joke lang. Joke lang.
Makapagsayaw nga bukas.
Oo nga, para mataas ang evaluation.
Oh.
Okay, no further questions? You still have a class at 4, no? So I think we will let you go for this afternoon. And thank you very much for bearing with us. Technical problems always arise most of the time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you po, Docs.
Thank you po.
Thank you po, Doc.